What's up, guys? There's a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to these situations between black men and black women in this stupid ass gender war that surprisingly continues all these years later after me even hearing about it a couple of years ago. So I did a video on the swirler that got her ass beaten and nearly killed by Chad Wheeler. I don't know the swirler's name, but I come to find out and I hear that she was making excuses for this man on why he did this to her. So I wouldn't put it past that he actually hit her in the past, done it before to her, and she made excuses then as well. He damn near killed the woman, and she's still making excuses for this man, protecting this man. Okay? Black men called this shit out because, we acknowledge that there are black men that commit domestic violence against black women, as well as black men that do love black women. But we acknowledge that happens in our community like every other community. But the hypocrisy of this is that many of these swirling channels didn't talk about this, or they went to the white man's rescue, okay? They went to his rescue instead of calling him out and pointing out that this is an interracial relationship where, this woman could have lost her life. They didn't even bother talking about that. They somehow brought the conversation back to black men again. A black man didn't put his hands on this swirler, on this black female. It was a white man that put his hands on this woman and almost killed her. Not to mention the fact that he did it and left her lying on the floor thinking that she was dead and continued to eat his food. That shows just how much regard he had for her life. But because black men are the villains all the time, no matter what, even if black men do something right in the eyes of black women, the majority of the time black women will say that black men are this and black men are that negative, okay? Even if that's the case, black men got blamed for this. Black women talking about, oh, well, you see, nobody protected her. The black man didn't protect her. If he would have protected her, this would never happen. How the fuck is it black men's job to protect this swirler who decided to choose? She chose and decided to be with this white man, with Chad Wheeler, okay? Even when a white man is putting his hands on a black woman, somehow these black women, some way, they manage to bring the conversation back to black men, and I don't think that's right. It really ain't. I've called out black men for their bullshit, but I'm calling black women out for their bullshit on this, okay? They talk about how black men talked about that, but didn't talk about the black woman that got, beaten and bitten and robbed by these savage bastards in Harlem. I talked about it. I have it on my other channel as well, okay? I talked about it, and one of my channels has the video on private right now because YouTube wanted to be a piece of shit and wanted to talk about it was cyberbullying and harassment. Me doing a fucking news report about this woman getting, robbed and beaten and bitten by these savage bastards. Okay, YouTube is full of shit. We already know that. But I've seen other black men put this on their channel and talk about this as well. And there was another attack in Harlem where a black woman lost her life because somebody groped her. Her boyfriend went back to defend her. And he was shot and she was killed, okay? Black women, some of these black women out here are so fucked up because they have been in so much fucked up relationships. And I'm not excusing black men, but there are a lot of fucked up black women out here on YouTube, especially, that are listening to these idiots who don't even have a man of their own, black or white, telling them to stay away from black men, that black men will not protect you, black women will impregnate you, and go on to the next one, and go on to the next one. We know there are black men out here that do this, and we also know there are black men out here that will love a black woman, will marry a black woman, that wants to raise children with a black woman. But of course, when you tell black women that they think it's a fantasy, they listen to people like Cynthia G, they listen to people like Archduchess, they listen to people like Crystal and Karis, and they listen to people that want to fucking tell them to swirl because swirling is the best thing to happen to them. But when it comes to situations like this, when this white man almost beat the shit out of this black woman and, well, I ain't gonna say almost, he did, almost killed this black woman, okay? And instances where we have a white man who killed his African wife and their biracial daughter, another white man that killed his biracial daughter and sodomized her dead body, okay? But they don't want to talk about that. They continue to keep bringing the conversation to, well, if black men were protecting black women, this wouldn't happen. Bitch, let me tell you something, bitch. Can I call you bitch? I'm going to call you bitch anyway. Because I'm really getting tired of being nice to people like this when they don't deserve me being nice to them. It's hypocrisy. The white man does something wrong, you give him a pass and you defend him. Black man does something wrong, you don't give him a pass and you don't defend him. You give him shit. Any man that abuses black women, any man that abuses a female, period, deserves to get any kind of shit that's coming to him. Whether it be words or otherwise, okay? But these black women will defend the white man because the white man is God to them. You can't talk against God. To talk against God is blasphemy. But the black man is the devil. And they've been told from the Bible, teachings of their grandma and their mom, that, you have to fight evil. The devil is bad. So you can do anything to the devil, but the gods, you can't do anything to the gods, okay? You raise your hand to the devil, but you put your hand down and bow down to God, okay? This woman makes excuses for this man that nearly killed her. The swirling community makes excuses for this man. But if it had been a black man done to a black woman, he'd been dragged all over the fucking place and back. I see the hypocrisy. I don't like when black men talk badly about black women, but I'm not going to sit here and say it's okay that black women are doing this to black men. Especially channels like Cynthia G's miserable ass and a bunch of other black women on here don't even got a fucking man, but they know how to vent their frustration every day on a live for 2 hours, 3 hours, talking about how they don't love black men, how they don't give a shit about black men. If you don't give a fuck about black men, keep them out your mouth. Why are you still talking about them? Why are you still talking about them? If black men ain't building shit, if black men ain't doing shit, if black men want to be like white men like you say, why don't you leave them fuck alone and get yourself a real white man if that's what you want? Because there ain't no black man out here trying to be like a white man. Ain't no black man out here trying to talk like a white man. Ain't no black man out here trying to be corny like white men. Ain't no motherfucking black man trying to be like no white man at all. That's in your mind. But a lot of you out there and these black women are trying to be like white women. You want to have your hair with fake shit. I mean, if you want to wear a weave, that's fine. I mean, I ain't got no problem. I'm not one of the guys that'll complain about that. If a black woman looks good with a weave, she looks good with a weave. I don't give a fuck. But you want to wear fake hair. A lot of you want to bleach your skin. A lot of you hang out with white women. A lot of you talk like white women. The Valley Girls like, oh my God, oh my God. I mean, you do this. But you talk about how black men want to be white men. I don't see a lot of black men trying to be like white men at all. I see a lot of black men who are serious about their life and serious about doing things, trying to make a living for themselves. We got a bunch of sorry bastards out here that don't do shit either, but the ones that are doing shit, they're not trying to be like white men. They're trying to get money. They're trying to make that paper. But I see a lot of black women trying to be like white women. Okay? And it's ridiculous and it's pathetic. You're a black woman. Be who you are. Most women are trying to be like you and you want to be like them? What the fuck? That makes no goddamn sense. But this is hypocrisy. I see it. And I'm calling it out for what the fuck it is. And I don't give a damn what black women don't like it. I don't give a damn who doesn't like it. It's the reality. And I'm not going to sit down and ignore this shit just like I don't sit down and ignore black men when they do shit to black women. Because this is bullshit. This is wrong. And that's all there is to it. You don't make excuses for any fucking man that does this to your so-called sisters in the so-called sisterhood. He doesn't get a fucking pass because he's white. Black men ain't getting no pass for being a black man, so the white man don't get no pass either. And then when we call it out as black men, you want to get mad at us and say, oh, well, you should be talking about this. Okay, if we hadn't said anything about this black woman almost losing her life to this white man, y'all would have said something about that. Okay? We talk about it, then you got a problem. Many of us put out videos about that black woman that got mugged, beaten, and robbed. Okay. The shit that happened to her in Harlem, and you still having a problem with it. Not enough of us is doing it. Or you'll lie and say no black man is talking. You motherfuckers are lying because there have been plenty of black men that have been doing videos on that shit. And like I said a couple of minutes ago, talked about another sister that just lost her life after her boyfriend, her black boyfriend, went to defend her against these men that groped her over there. He got shot. I don't know if he's dead, but she got shot and she's dead. by the same fucking people that groped her. But black men don't defend black women. Black man lost his life in 2018 or 19 defending his black girlfriend after pushing down this white man, turned his back on the white man shot him in the back. Black men don't defend black women. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. A lot of you need to shut the fuck up and stop listening to these sorry, bitter bitches on YouTube who don't even got a fucking man, okay? And they trying to tell you how to be successful in a relationship? How to get a man when they ain't even got a fucking man? How the fuck do you have success when you don't even have proof of success, okay? I don't understand how you even listen to women like this. I don't understand. And then you become just like them. You have children at some point that will become just like you, bitter because you're listening to bitter women, okay? A lot of you talking about how your grandmothers and moms been through this hell with black men back in the 80s and 70s. You motherfuckers weren't even born back then. A lot of you born in the 1990s, okay? Or the early 2000s, in your 20s or your 30s now. And you talking about what the fuck they went through back in the 70s, the 80s when you weren't even fucking alive. I was living in the 80s. And I didn't see this shit because it wasn't happening like that. A lot of you have been lied to. A lot of you have been played just like black men are being played by these fucking manosphere channels and shit like that. And you listen to this shit and you believe it because you're fucking dumb and you're vulnerable. Black women should be smarter than this, and I know you are smarter than this, but you're being played for fools, just like the black men are being played for fools. They want to separate you from the black man that you're supposed to be with, and these black men who are bitter want to separate black men from black women that they're supposed to be with. Okay? It's about separation, and you're falling for this bullshit, hook, line, and sinker. You're defending men who don't deserve to be defended. You say black men don't deserve to be defended, but these white men don't deserve to be defended when they hitting you and they calling you N-words and shit like that and treating you like trash. Treating you sometimes worse than black men will treat you, okay? But you don't call it out. It's fine for white men to treat you like shit. It just ain't fine for black men. And it's not fine for you to be treated by any man like shit. But when a white man treats you like shit, it's fine. You don't have any problem with that. Black man does it, you damn sure going to hell. You're gonna cause hell, havoc, and high water all over the fucking place. You're gonna holler at the top of your lungs on this shit. But a white man does it and it's okay. Can you tell me why it's okay? Because he's white? You don't want to make it a racial thing, but it is a racial thing. You made it a racial thing when you compared black men to white men, just like you say when black men compare you to white women. I'm just telling you how it is. And you don't think that what I'm telling you is true. And I understand that, but it's just the way it is. This is hypocrisy. All the fucking way, it's hypocrisy. Anyway, I'm out. I just wanted to put a video on this channel because I barely use this channel. Hopefully somebody watches this video. If they don't, then hey, whatever. It's out there, and I'll talk to you next time. I'm out.